The love of external things are the very things that prevent us from experiencing internal happiness. And I want you to really just ponder this thought, because isn't this true that when the life outside of ourselves, when things outside of ourselves don't go the way that we think they should go, or be that we are pissed off and unhappy and we are in our baggage, so to speak, we're in our shit, right? When things on the outside don't go the way we want them to go. And happiness, why is it important to be happy? Well, statistics show that happiness leads to less heart attacks, less stress, less higher blood pressure. It also leads to greater success in your career, financial abundance. It leads to happier marriages and relationships. It leads to more energy, right? And so, wouldn't it be important for us to explore how to cultivate deeper layers of happiness? And that's what I want to talk to you about. I want to give you some conversation here to get you thinking about either things that you can check off your list that you're already doing, or some things that maybe you can do to improve. And one of the things that I know is this, and from some of the research and life things that I've been going through, and a book I just read called The Slight Edge, which talks about it's the little everyday things, it's the habits, it's cultivating certain habits every single day that produce happiness, right? It's opening the door for somebody, it's meditating in the mornings, it's doing your gratitude journals, it's doing random acts of kindness. These are the types of things that when we do every single day consistently produce happiness. I mean, it's impossible to be kind to somebody else and to not be happy within yourself from your heart, right? When you're genuinely being grateful, it's hard to be unhappy at the same time. And a number out there that's just staggering is that there's 350 million people worldwide that are in depression. There's over 16 million just in the US that are in depression. And a big percentage of that population commits suicide as well. I think 1 million or so commit suicide a year just in the United States. And so that leads to why it's important to be happy, right? It's in the benefit of your best health. It's in the benefit to create more financial abundance for you to be happy. And so now think of it like this. If you know that you've been down that road before and you know where that road leads, right? But you have a calling, you have an inclination to go down this other path that you know needs some more happiness and more fulfillment. And it's the little things that you can do in life, like stop complaining, like being grateful. It would make total sense to do it, right? It's like that scene in The Matrix when Neo gets that call from Morpheus and he's like, meet us at the bridge, right? And he goes to that bridge or the tunnel and he jumps in the car and they're like, pull up your shirt, right? And it's for your protection and it's for our protection from you. And he's like, what? I ain't gonna pull up my shirt. And he's like, they pull a gun on him. He's like, you know what? I'm out of here. And he opens the door and he looks down that road. And Trinity says, don't go down that road. Trust us. And he goes, why should I trust you? And she says, because you've been down that road before. You know where that road leads, right? How many of us have been down a road, been down a path that we know doesn't get us the results we want? And yet we keep going down that road, right? It doesn't have to always be that way. You see, we have choice. You have the power to choose. You have the power to cultivate your thinking process and to change your habits, right? And it's the little things in life that I want to encourage you to do. And those little things build up momentum and then they lead to quantum leaps, right? So this whole fallacy around quantum leaps is that time and space collapse and you become enlightened and everything you want manifests easily and effortlessly into your lap. Now, that's just not true. Quantum leaps do exist, but they exist when you build momentum. It's the everyday things, the vibrational frequency you carried, the actions over time produce little results, and you get to a certain level, a certain plateau in which you can leap, you can take a quantum leap and manifest things really, really fast. And so I want to just focus on a couple of things here. Keep it really simple for you. Happiness. Happiness, where does it come from? Well, we know it's not an outside job. We know that success doesn't give us happiness. We know that success comes as a result of us being being happy from the inside out, right? So it's about cultivating the internal state of peace. Just about a half an hour ago or 45 minutes ago, there was a crazy argument here, and they were yelling at each other to the top of their lungs, "Get out of my house, you don't belong here." And the girl and the guy were yelling, and my heart began to beat fast because I could feel the energy moving through. And that's what happens when we don't cultivate this inner happiness. That's what happens when we don't deal with our internal baggage, when we don't work on the unresolved baggage and emotional suppressed that we have inside. It turns into anger, and then we end up projecting that anger on the very people that we love. And so explore that today. Explore ways that you can cultivate being more happy. It's not only good for you, it's good for your loved ones, and the results are going to be more abundance, happier relationships, great state, peace of mind, and you're contributing to the upliftment of the planet, because change happens one mind at a time. As we internally begin to shift, we begin to help the external world shift into a higher state of consciousness. And I know that's what we all want. I know all of us watching this video here know that it's about creating change. And to create change, it's about taking that action every single day, one mind at a time, by living your purpose, by living with passion and experience fulfillment today, now. I love all of you. Share the message, comment below. I love all of you. Take care. Peace.